Good afternoon, guys. MrGannyK here, and welcome to my podcast. So, this is a podcast that I'm going to be doing just for my YouTube channel, and it's going to be totally unscripted, some of improvisation, and I'm going to see how it rolls, really. So, I've got three topics that I'm going to be talking about for today's podcast, and the first one is going to be what the podcast is going to be about, really. Is it going to replace the podcast that I do on Sundays? So the podcast is really something that I've been wanting to do for a while, if I'm honest. I come up with topics pretty much every day that I want to talk about on a video, but I don't really have the platform to talk about it on. And this is going to be that. This is going to be the video that I talk about random stuff in my life and topics in the media today, really. So that's kind of where the podcast is going, but it is not going to replace the podcast that I do every Sunday with PLG HD Gaming and J Trevera 13. This is kind of going to be an additional thing to that, but for my YouTube subscribers. So the first topic I have for today, the first proper topic anyways, is the World Cup. So while I'm actually recording this video, the World Cup is happening right now. I'm actually watching Colombia versus Greece, and Colombia are 1-0 up due to Pablo Romero scoring a bit of a awful goal, if I'm completely honest. But what I really want to talk about is just the lack of excitement about the World Cup this year. So we talked about it in January, and when I say we talked about it, I talked about family. I talked with family, with friends about the World Cup, how excited I was that it's going to be in Brazil. But the Brazilian people aren't really taking my stance really on the World Cup, and it's for obvious reasons that they aren't doing that. It's basically because there is problems happening in Brazil at the moment due to the money that is being spent on the World Cup, and none of that money going to the people that really need it in Brazil. And that's all well and good. But I kind of heard, I was watching a BBC documentary on the World Cup this year, and they showed this woman, and she was talking about the World Cup and talking about the opening game between Brazil and Croatia. And she said, I really care about the World Cup, but I care about my family and the future of Brazil, that I actually don't want Brazil to even win. I feel that strongly about it. And just listening to that, and listening to how strongly she feels about that, it kind of makes me feel that the Brazilian World Cup maybe shouldn't have happened for the well-being and the future of Brazil as a whole. There was a lot of riots last year while the Confederations Cup was happening, and there was some unsavoury scenes that we did see. And we're not seeing that as of yet, but we've got another 3 weeks of this World Cup to happen, and it wouldn't surprise me if those unsavoury scenes happen yet again. But it kind of begs the question that why don't they just embrace it? I get that they're having problems in Brazil, but please just embrace the World Cup and try and sort it out after the World Cup. Because quite frankly, all this is going to do for Brazil in my eyes is get them bad publicity. But hopefully things will be sorted out in Brazil in the future, and I want good things to happen for Brazil in general. Right, so anyways, talking about the World Cup, England are going to be having their match with Italy in just under 5 hours' time. Oh my god, I am so nervous for it. Just for England in general, and just whether I actually want to believe England could go all the way. In past World Cups, we've always been really positive about the World Cup, but this year we're not so positive. We've got our young lions out there, and they actually seem proud to be playing for the country, but we don't really have the same kind of aura about this team. with past World Cup teams, we've had players like David Beckham in the team. He was definitely the captain fantastic for England. With Gerrard, it is a bit different. He's not necessarily seen as that captain fantastic role that he's seen as for Liverpool. But it's one of those things where I think we should just back our team. And if they don't do so well, then just look to the future. Because, quite frankly, English football right now is booming. Whether you like it or not, we've got a young team and we've got a young, talented team. Look at players like Ross Barkley, Raheem Sterling. We're not going to put Hannibal Lorna into that mix, obviously, because he's 26. Maybe Phil Jones, Chris Smalling. They're all young players that I think could be future world-class players. I really believe that. And I don't say it about necessarily players that are in the limelight right now, like Luke Shaw, who I don't think he's going to become a world-class player in my eyes. I think he's just got too much hype around him at the moment. But hopefully he proves me wrong. But I really believe this team, this World Cup team of England, can really go far in the World Cup. Maybe go to the quarterfinals. And I don't bid for anything. I was almost going to say I bid them farewell. No, but I actually hope they do really well and they have my full support against Italy, against Uruguay and against Costa Rica. I hope you do well, you great young Lions. So, on to the second topic of the podcast. And we're going to be talking about why I'm sounding so flipping stupid right now. So you might already recognise that my voice is sounding a bit gravelly and I might be going out of breath in places. And it's actually due to, I think I might have a chest infection, or actually not a chest infection, a throat infection. I actually got a viral infection about 2 months ago, and that actually entailed me getting an ear infection, I think it was a throat infection and a chest infection. So 3 infections in one made my viral infection, which was hell on earth for me. And how I actually got that in a few words was that I was just doing too much stuff in general. I was playing football, going to work, not getting enough sleep, and my body was just caving in on itself. And partly this is why I'm actually getting this chest/throat infection, is because I'm actually doing too many stuff at the moment and not getting too much sleep. I've always had a problem in the past where I just don't sleep. When I was unemployed, my sleeping pattern actually was that I'd stay up. I'd get up around midday, so 12 o'clock, maybe 1, and I'd go to bed the next day at 5 in the morning, maybe 6. And you kind of listen to that and you think, what the frick? How did you even do that? But you get into that kind of routine of, you don't have to wake up the next day. You can just do what you want. You're not really tired because you haven't been doing anything in the day. And it's just one of them things. Back then, I was kind of used to that. And I'm still not really used to me doing things all the time. But hopefully my body doesn't cave in again. And hopefully I can get this throat infection / chest infection out the window quickly as possible, because I want to be recording more podcasts without sounding like I've got like a really nasally voice or a massive stutter in my voice. But anyways, we'll have to deal with it just for now. So my third topic that I've got, and the last topic of this podcast, is going to be about my live streams. So I kind of talked about earlier about this infection that I got 2 months ago. And my live streams were actually a little bit of a cause of that. Because what I actually used to do is I'd leave work at 5, get home for about 6, then eat my dinner, and at 6:30 I would be live streaming till 9:30, and then because I was so geared and so excited about the live stream, I wouldn't be able to get to bed till about 11, 11:30, just because I was wired. I was literally like, just my full just all of me was just focused on this one thing that I wanted to do. And because of that, I just struggled. But my live streams have really been, if I'm honest, declining recently. And I want to talk about that. A part of me knows why it is. A part of me knows it's because I don't use my Elgato anymore. And I don't have music, like backing music. I don't have... I'm not giving 5k, sorry, that's 5,000 coins on FIFA to people that are beating me anymore. Because I don't have the coins I used to. And my Elgato seems to be playing up a little bit with my computer and my Xbox One. I've complained on it in past live streams, and you'll probably hear me complaining about it in the future if I decide to use it again. And you're probably thinking right now, Ganny, why do you not use it though? If you know where you're going wrong, why do you not use it? And it's a part of it because I don't use it because when I actually play FIFA, some of the passes tend to go astray a little bit or tend to not have the same speed as they did when I didn't have my Elgato in. And that is really annoying. Think about if you're... Because I play kind of tiki-taka on Ultimate Team and on FIFA in general. Think about that, how annoying that could be for me, that I don't have that passing which is vital to the way I play on FIFA. It's just, it gets me a bit disheartened, it loses me coins on FIFA, and it just gets me pissed off at the game. And I don't think people come to watch me to get pissed off. They come to watch me to see competitions now and again, and having just a right laugh with you guys and interacting with you guys. I'm always going to stay true to the people that have helped me out in the past. People like Will, who is a friend of the stream. People like PLG, Jordan, Keiki, Kirk, Ryan, just to name a little few that have always helped me. I'm always going to stay true to them and interact with you guys. But I think recently that's just kind of not been enough. I've been a bit kind of in that mind frame where I could just use my infection as an excuse in a way. And I'm not... I was over the infection about 2 weeks ago. And I got 2 weeks ago, I got to the point where my live streams were actually declining so badly that I didn't even want to live stream, if I'm honest. Because FIFA was at the end of its lifetime, really. Titanfall was a game that I really found enjoyable, but people didn't really want to watch me playing it, and it was just overall not going well. But hopefully, as soon as I get the World Cup out of the way, as soon as I get this infection out of the way, the live stream schedule is going to be in full force, and I've actually got some enjoyable things waiting in the wings for you guys. So do stay tuned on my YouTube as well, and on Twitch. So that does conclude this podcast. Sorry about me being a bit nasally, having that gravelly voice. I can't really help it, but I really wanted to bring out... I really wanted to bring out this podcast for you guys. So thank you for watching, guys. MrGannyK out.